So it's an old interview, and Quincy Jones was asked what he thought about Donald Trump, and he said megalomaniac and narcissist. And I was like, "He sounds about right." Now, um, he'd been around him. He had seen him. I say this because everybody's all beloved about Quincy Jones. It's gonna be interesting how arguably the most famous music producer in the history of music felt about a guy that's selected again for the country. So I think that's very telling that he said what he said about him. I concur with Quincy Jones. I definitely feel that way. It's amazing to me that when we do a study of behaviors and the way people carry themselves and how the characters, I am just so amazed because I can't speak for a lot of people, but I come along in a time period when people used to say character was the most important thing. I remember reading when Willie Mays told that to O.J. Simpson. He said to him, he said, "It's not about it's about your character." People put so much emphasis on how they're seen in terms of what their wealth or the superficial, but when we get into the heart of the matter, it's about your character. So it says a lot about that. And one of the things about it is that when you're around somebody or certain things that you pick up, it starts to become pretty straightforward and what have you. And the funny, interesting thing about a guy like Trump is the cat like that is even people that are supposedly cool with him have said the same thing. It's kind of like he has this type of it's a dark, demented charisma that works, but it's not a lot there. It's devoid of something, but that's what people like, because it's rubbing shoulders and all like that. But I thought it was very telling that Quincy Jones, because when Quincy Jones was talking about different people, and you got to remember he's walked in line with. I think that he dated Trump's daughter or something like that. That some kind of thing came about, but it was never disputed. It was never like ran or what have you. But you got to remember, TV actors, TV stars rub with each other. Yes, Quincy Jones did TV shows. He did a cameo on The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. He had little, it's all connected. The Apprentice with Trump was a real TV. He's a TV actor. Let's keep it 100. But I got a SAG card. You work in Hollywood. You do film. You have films. You do TV. If you are who's who and you rub elbows and hobnob, you're bound to have worked in certain circles together. So yes, it's a possibility that you do a tea to tay, you smile, you just kind of like nod your head, and you're bound to have run into certain people, and they're bound to left a certain type of impression, good, bad, or indifferent. So I think that this was very telling that he said that, and that's like okay, um, you know, he used that word to describe him. And I know he didn't think much of him. He didn't probably think that there was nothing compelling about him that was intellectually stimulating or any depth of magnitude. Can't say I'm shocked or surprised, you know. Because if you are expecting a wordsmith or someone to give you this ambiance and this character and this depth and all that, that's not the person you're going to get it from. So I think that Quincy Jones had pretty much said, okay, that's what they want, that's what that is. And he spoke out about different things and people that he's encountered over the years and times and themes. So I thought that that was pretty much interesting to hear that came about. I remember that story about what he said about him. He didn't mince words, and he didn't say anything different than Donald Trump's niece, Mary Trump, has said. When it gets down to it, it's not like like sometimes you're waiting for the Scooby Doo van to pull up and go, wonder what school we gonna solve next, Scooby? What we gonna solve next? And that's not a big mystery. There's not a lot of depth and deepness, and there's not a lot of profound uh, with that. I think that people look to people that have notoriety and think they're gonna be bedazzled by a fellow mind, a fellow soul, and then the disappointment that they're just pretty ordinary. or they just think they more of themselves than what they really are. And that can turn people off. That can turn their tummies, turn them off. So I think that that's very telling in itself. But anyway, tell me what you think. Where you come down on it. Quincy Jones called him a narcissist, and he just didn't really feel Trump. He didn't think much of him, and he made that point clear. And I'm going to say this because I do find it to be. I am really baffled about all this grand acceptance of someone that is always selected for what I don't even understand. But I am definitely, I'm been indifferent with Quincy Jones on certain things, but this one I have to co-sign him with. I don't think there's any questions asked about this particular. But anyway, tell me what you think. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another share if you like. Hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay well, stay woke, stay free, stay in tune, and speak your truth. I'm out.